Hey y'all, I'm Cindy. Welcome to Cindy Hart's Crochet Podcast, where we talk about crochet and crochet accessories. Today is Monday, October 18th, 2021. It's about 4:30 p.m. here in Pinson, Alabama. For those of you that don't know, that is a little northeast of Birmingham, Alabama. And it's been a nice day here today. We've had a few cool days down in the 40s and low 50s. So that's pretty nice, but it's Bama, so it will heat back up again, I'm sure. I want to welcome all my new subscribers. I notice I do have quite a few new ones. And thank you to those that keep coming back for more and more and more. I appreciate every one of you for watching and, sticking in here with me for a little while. I hope to have better content coming up, or more consistent content. But anyway, today I actually have a full podcast with finished objects, whips, and some acquisitions. Lord, the acquisitions. I also have a few upcoming things and a couple of announcements of some sort. Today is October 18th, which is the deadline for getting your semifinalist over to Hoss at Off Kilter Homestead. And congrats to all of those who have been drawn to this point. If you haven't answered your emails or your winnings, you have probably missed out by now. Sadly, my first drawn person did not get back with me in time, so my runner-up, Edna, Granny Crafter Edna, is the name that I have sent to Hoss, and she will get something from me, and I will be back in contact with her to see which sugar scrub she'd like to have, whether it be the orange or the lavender, or if she even wants a sugar scrub at all, or some yarn, or whatever it is. So Edna, I'll be in touch and let me know what you'd like to have. So that's exciting. That the grand prize will be drawn on all these names that we've sent to Hoss will be drawn on Wednesday the 20th, which is the full moon, the harvest moon, hence harvest moon giveaway. So y'all catch up on that and see who. Good luck to everyone, and excited to see who the winner will be. I know I've heard several names that I did know, and some that have been drawn 2 or 3 times for some of the semifinalists. So good luck to you all. Oh well, actually I'm one of them too. I won the. I was drawn as a semifinalist for, I believe it's the I am going to butcher their name, Mrozinski family, and Morzinski. Okay, I will link them below though. Y'all go check them out. They're doing some homesteading and enjoying life. So now on to my finished objects. First one I finished quite a while back, but I haven't shown it to you yet because I haven't done a full podcast. And this is my Lake of Nine shawl by Hannah at Cozy Cottage Crochet. And I had my paperwork in here because I wanted to read the description. This was based on the, I think she created this. The Lake of Nine is a central point, or central meeting point, or rendezvous point, or something. I'm not a gamer, so forgive me for getting it wrong. In the game God of War. So this is the Lake of Nine shawl, and it is pretty long. And I love the way it it has that, what I want to say is like a dragon tail effect. It's kind of, and it is a paid for pattern by Hannah with Cozy Cottage Crochet. And if you haven't noticed where the nines are in this pattern, if you do realize where they are, let me know in the comments below. This thing is huge. Okay, let's see. Now, I have never gotten the whole wrap it around my neck kind of concept here. I just don't know how to do it. So I always wear it around my shoulders like a good old lady. Should. And it's light. It's small enough and light enough, you could wear it for the summer. Oops, was that it? Really? Okay, Cindy. You try to find all the ends before you get on your video, right? There we go. Oh, pretty. And the yarn I used for this is I will link the pattern below. It is a paid for pattern, not very expensive and well worth it. Very well written. Hannah writes her pattern so well. And I used 3 skeins of Low Tide by Lion Brand. You know, I washed that and dried it. I really try not to use any yarn that I can't wash and dry, which blows me away that I've been going to the yarn skip and all these yarn shops and buying all this yarn. Gonna be hand washed, lay flat to dry, blah blah blah. Let's see, where is my yarn? Okay, I used Low Tide. That's pretty decent color. And it is, I used 3 balls of it with only this much left of the 3rd ball. Each one is 360 yards, 100 grams. It is 81% acrylic, 19% polyester, and it's really soft. Now, I have to say for myself that, and I used an eye hook. I'm not sure what the pattern calls for, but I used an eye. But this yarn is really soft in the skein. Now, as you're working with it, it's not that soft. But then after you wash it and dry it, it regains the softness that you feel in this. So I bought this in some kind of clearance in like 4 different colors. I think 4 or 5 skeins each from when Lion Brand had some big clearance sale. So that's what I used for the Lake of Nine shawl. The color is Waves. Okay, so my next finished object is Witching Hour shawl, which I saw on Carrie Penny, Happy Crafty Homemaker, and on her video. And Witching Hour shawl is a paid for pattern by Dana Perry, and her name on Ravelry, and it may be her company name as well, is This Pixie Creates. I made this for Renee because she is an Anne Rice fan. Have no idea whether Witching Hour shawl pattern came from Anne Rice. Did I just snag that? Excuse me. I'm not sure. I don't remember reading the description on it well enough to know. But anyway, I started out with this in a Lion Brand mandala in Chimera. And then I had to, it was a mill end that I had gotten. But then I didn't realize it until I was working with it. I was like, well, I need a little bit more of this, but I know I have some mandala in this color. So this one's pretty large. I wanted it large enough to go around Renee, but light enough and short enough she could pull it up because, of course, she lives in South Georgia, so she doesn't need anything real heavy. But she wears a lot of little strappy tops and dresses and stuff, so I wanted something she could throw over her shoulders. And that is very light. Now, there again, the mandala, whatever we call it, I needed a little bit more, but I didn't really want the gold that was in there, so I cut the gold out, and that's why there's such an abrupt change between the green and the mauve there. And it started going into the blue, but I really didn't want to add another row of it. I ripped back about 5 rows just to get that yellow and that next repeat of that orange color out. So there you go. And that one, after I washed and dried it, and yes, I just wash it on gentle and cold, and then I just dry it in the dryer on low. And it is so soft. So I have several of those left from back in the day, I guess you might say. A couple of 3 years ago. But I used about one, I guess what would be one full, maybe about 1 1/4 of a cake of that on that one. And that is also a paid pattern, and I got it from Ravelry, and I will link that in the description below as well. So my next finished objects, do I have all this stuff listed as finished? Well, mostly they are. Next finished objects, I know everybody got on a wind spinner kick there for a while. So I too did a few. Now, I think the one that came out first was the one by Ophelia Talks. Am I seeing shadows somehow? Sorry. Ophelia Talks. So this is one I did in hers. I did not do a fringe on the bottom, but I did leave these for now until I decide exactly what I do want to do. Now, Ophelia does and these are just scrap balls of something. This is probably a DK or lighter. I use like some vintage yarns that I got from Amber at Ooh Ah Creations, and then the lady up in Aniana, some of those that I got from the lady at Knit Shop in Aniana. And so they're smaller and use a smaller hook, but Ophelia Talks does the one that is where you go down and then you cut and then you start again and cut, go down and cut, go down and cut. So I did one like that. And like I say, that's just some scraps of some sort. And I like that. I like the way the white on the inside kind of has a different look to it. It's a not 3D, but some type of visual thing for me. And then the other one I did another one by the Woolly Bee Crochet with Bernie. And this one's a little bit larger. And y'all tell me what that reminds you of. What do those colors remind you of? An old 45 record? Camera's up here, but I'm looking down here to see what I'm showing. And this one, actually, it is a little bit larger. I found that the larger one is easier to flatten without it crimping on the end, so you still get your visual effect there of the spinner. And this gold, I believe, is goldenrod from the Dollar Tree yarn, and I think the black is as well. I think it's some Dollar Tree yarn that I did this with, because I was trying to do it school colors for Coleman, Alabama, which is where our booth is. And then another thing I did, which it doesn't seem to be working here, is I used, and I'll show you the pack of those in a little bit, I used fishing swivels so that when it's hanging up, it's not putting all the tension on the yarn, although it is right now. So I'll just have to literally work it out to where it's moving loosely. But that way it doesn't put so much tension on the yarn and possibly break it after it turns so many times. And you can just sew let's see if I can. So these are fishing swivels I got in the sporting goods department, or the fishing and camping stuff at Walmart. And like I say, I'll show you a pack of those in a little bit. And then the end of it is like a little hook. You can just hang it up out on the porch or wherever you're going to hang it. So those are a couple of finished objects I've done. I have so many more finished objects, but I've been giving stuff away, so I will at least try to mention them and list them below so you can see them. The next thing I have, and I'm going to call this finished because you won't see it again, and this is the Crazy Fast Halloween Cowl by Flux. And I love these because they are crazy fast. I can make one with changing of colors and everything in a couple of hours. Changing your colors and weaving in the ends and everything. Not finished because it's not actually sewn together, but I plan on doing that tonight because I've made 1, 2, I sent one to a friend already, so that's 3, and then I'm going to make a 4th one. One for me, one for Renee, and one for a coworker. So these are the Crazy Fast Halloween Cowl by Flux. From what I understand, she did some last year, maybe for Christmas or something. So I think she just changed up the colors. Now I can do a set of 4 during my lunch hour. I can eat lunch and still get 4 colors. Each one's 5 rows, and it's simply a V-stitch. And then you get that about 36 inches, then you sew it together. And you just wear it. It's a cowl. And I'm just going to wear mine for Halloween or wear it to work. And the colors I used are, I believe this is Amethyst by Red Heart Super Saver. This is a ball of orange something. I want to say it's probably Pumpkin by Red Heart. This is Charcoal, the Premier Just yarn from Dollar Tree. And this is going to be, you know, that Frankenstein green. What is that, spring green maybe? And just repeat, 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 repeat. So like I say, I've made 4 of those. One truly a finished object because I have already sent it to someone and they are wearing it. A girl I went to school with that is the biggest Halloweenie I know. I mean, her yard is much bigger for Halloween than it ever is for Christmas. I mean, full blow-ups. She just goes all out. So anyway, that's my next finished object. And then, I didn't bring my phone in here. Anyway, I did a pink beret for a lady at work that wanted to wear it to her sons. She has twin boys that play football, community ball. And one of the team moms had breast cancer, had both breasts removed. And this past Saturday was homecoming, and everybody was going to wear pink for her. And they were going to walk her out on the field, you know, during halftime and everything, and pay tribute to her. So a co-worker wanted that, and it's a beret that I have done before. I made one last year, and I made this one in Pinky Toes by Red Heart Super Saver, which is the pink with the silver metallic going through it. I made one last year, I believe, for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the pattern was by the Pattern Family. We'll link it below as well. I post a picture. Now, maybe I haven't posted a picture of it yet, but I will as soon as she sends me a picture of her wearing it. I didn't get one before I gave it to her. So next are my whips, and let's see, are these actually whips? I'm going to make another Halloween cowl, which I've got the colors together, but I haven't actually started it, in candy corn colors for a friend of mine that I was shooting pool with. And I will show you that. I will at least have a picture of it. Hopefully I'll have another video by then and be able to show you that one. And then my big whip that I've been working on for quite a while is pretty large. It is the first thing I've ever made from these many years of crochet magazines I get. But I need to look through here and start making more. Now this one is the Autumn 2021 crochet magazine. And I am making the, oh, look at that pumpkin spice cardigan. Oh, I may have to do one of those because I've got a bunch of the spiced pumpkin from Hobby Lobby. That's cool. It looks like waffle stitch or something. Maybe just a bunch of front posts. I'll have to check that one out. And the thing I like about these is a lot of their patterns go up to larger sizes. They're not just for little people, little tiny people. But these sizes go all the way from a women's small to a 3X. So I find that I tend to make things bigger for myself. I can't seem to make anything yet that fits me except shawls and stuff. I've made one sweater that I wore to the yarn skip last week, and everybody loved it, but it was just a little too heavy for me, so it started getting longer and longer as the day went on. And if anything else, I could take the sides apart, take out some of the bottom of it, and redo it. But anyway, the one I'm doing now, and have been for since I got this catalog, is the this magazine, is the White Sand Tee. I'm making this one. Not sure if there is a individual pattern for it, but that's probably part of my lunch. Sorry, I don't know what that is. But anyway, it's really pretty, real pretty sweater, and it's easy to make. You make it from the top down, and then again, there's some V-stitches. And it's a little more solid, so you don't. I wouldn't have to worry about. I mean, even though I will wear a shell or a some type of tank under it. Probably a silky shell like goes in under suit tops and whatever. But what I had done was I did the back. You do it in the order of, you do the back, and then you do one shoulder of the front, then the other shoulder of the front, and join it across the front, because it does have kind of a, you know, a dropped or a scoop neck. Is that what you call a scoop neck? It's not closing in, but that's okay. And then when I started on the front, I did one side, one shoulder, then the other shoulder, then joined it. And then I just started working on it. Got into about, there's 70 on my size, there's 70 rows of the solid looking stuff. And I got into row 35 and realized I had not stopped, and then gone in for my sleeves. So, guess who had to rip back about 30 rows? Oh, me, that's who. Also, the pattern calls for an H hook, and I'm using an I. So here again, I've probably ended up making it too big for myself. I am doing it in the color of, I'm not doing it in white because I'm a messy kid. And look what I'm doing it in. I'm putting my yarn cakes in my yarn cake cozies by Nicole. Addicted to Yarn, Nicole pattern. Let me get all my parts together. Sorry. I called myself having it together before I got here. Now, this started out being a lighter weight yarn when I started with it. It is Yarn Bee Sweet Divinity in Coral Rodeo. I got them on clearance in the big clearance thing. And it is a, I'm keeping 2 cakes at a time caked up so that if I'm at work, because this is something I work on at lunch too, or I was before I was doing the Halloween things. Now I take them and work on them. So I keep 2 of them caked up because part of the thing when you got them as they were on clearance was they were in a really pretty good mess. And this is, I also use my rope counter from Marianne at the Crochet Clogger. Thank you, Marianne. I keep it attached to my thing, and I need to make myself some more for other projects so I don't get out and need them. The Sweet Divinity Coral Rodeo, 3.5 ounces, 243 yards. What is it? %80 acrylic, 20% nylon, and it is very soft. It recommends 4.5. What is that? That's a G, isn't it? 4.5, yeah, because 5 is H. Anyway, so I'm using an I, even though I think the pattern calls for an H as well. Yeah, it calls for an H, but I'm using an I on it. Because one size wasn't big enough and the next size was too big, so I'm going with the smaller size. And I can't remember who sent me this. I want to say Shalene, maybe. I'm not real sure who sent me this stitch marker, but that's marking my wrong side. So here's the shirt, tee, sweater, whatever you want to call it. Did I say that's the wrong side? So here's the back. So there's the V-stitches, and there's the arms. Can you see that? Pretty color. I can wear it in the fall. That's the reason I also didn't want to do a white, because this would be okay for the summer or the fall. It is getting heavy, but luckily that's all I have left to do. I'm about halfway. No, I think it's 70 rows, and I think I have completed 25 or 30. But anyway, that's a work in progress, and I hope to have it. I wanted to finish it by the yarn skip, but that didn't happen because I squirreled off onto all these other projects. So this is the one that, yeah, I didn't stop here. I didn't stop here and start my, in order to go in for my sleeves. So I was already about down to here. Is that the front? Yeah. I think I was about down to here. No. No. I was about where I am now. And realized I hadn't made my sleeve, so I went back and did that. So yeah, that's pretty. I hope to have it done soon. It's heavy too. It's getting heavy, but with no more than I have left to do, I think it'll be okay. So I hope to stop. I hope to not be starting so many other projects and get back to this one, because I'll take it and I'll just leave it in the truck to work on after I eat. I'll try to take a sandwich and eat within about 20 to 30 minutes, and then sandwich and chips or something quick. Some days I just try to eat jerky and chips and cheese. But anyway, so I love that sweater. And like I say, it's the first one I've made out of any of the magazines I've gotten over the past, since I've started crocheting. So, alright then, I believe that's close to all. I've got some acquisitions. I was trying not to make this 30 minutes, but here we go again. A couple of upcoming things I do have that I probably shouldn't even mention until I do. I love these. I found these at Dollar General, these bags. Girl double charged me for them, but they were supposed to be packed for $1, and she charged me $2. There's 2 of these in a pack, and it's really good project bags that you can kind of sling around without worrying about stuff falling out. And then I'm going to do another pocket shawl, I think by Bag a Day, in this red fleck by I Love This Yarn. Got these on some kind of sale at Hobby Lobby last year. And I think I'm going to do the Bag a Day pocket shawl, but I would really like to come up with a pocket shawl that has a tighter pattern for the pocket, and that you can possibly crochet it in as you go, instead of having to tack it down and sew it on and hope that it's straight. So if y'all have any suggestions on that, I've made also Pamela's Adore and Crochet pocket shawl, and I don't really want one that you just make it longer and fold the pockets up. I want one, somebody has ordered this one, so I would like to come up with it. She liked the one that I did of Bag of Days, but again, I would like for it to be, I'd like for the pocket to be a little more solid. And I know I can make it that way, but I'd like the pattern to follow it instead of me just making something, slinging it on a pattern that it doesn't match. If that makes any sense whatsoever. If you have a favorite pocket shawl pattern, list it below, or put it on the Facebook page, and we'll check it out there. Another thing I had mentioned on the Facebook page was the Fall Fiber Flux Fall Cowl, which is a ripple granny blanket. And I've got all my yarn in one thing. I mentioned on my Facebook page that you can make an entire blanket. Now hers is like a 58 by 58 or a 54 by 54, using 3 skeins each of 120 yards. Well, I got to looking, and this Just Yarn is about 120 yards. And I thought, well, we can do that, and of course I'm going to make mine bigger. I'll probably make it only as wide as hers, but then I'll probably make it longer, because I'd like something that, I'm 60 inches tall, so I would like something I can kind of put around my feet and pull up under my neck. Colors I'm using, and I'm going to do mine with 16 skeins, 4 of each color, of the Just Yarn by Premier at the Dollar Tree. $16 for an entire blanket. Now, anybody that's making them to sell them, this yarn is soft, and you might consider that. That would make a like almost a 5 foot by 5 foot blanket right there. All right, so the colors I'm going to use, look at these for fall colors, except that piece hanging down right there. I played with 3 or 4 different color schemes, and I really like the deeper colors, so I'm going with these. The orange is called Ember. This is Goldenrod. The green is called Juniper. And this is Pecan. The brown is a pecan. I had a lighter color in there, which was called Parchment, but I really didn't care much for that. Ah! Yarn down. So, yeah. If y'all would like to make that along with me, just let me know on the Facebook page, and which is listed below. If you're not part of it yet, please go over there and join us on the Facebook page and share your beautiful projects. So this is an upcoming project. And then I want to do that, the Fiber Flux Fall Cowl. She has hashtag Fiber Flux Cowl. And she also has a thread on Ravelry for it. So let's make some of these if you want to, and post it on the Facebook page for Cindy Hart's Crochet. And then also, if you're still a part of Ravelry, maybe send it over to Fiber Flux Cowl Ravelry thread. It looks like a simple pattern. I think I saw Bag a Day do one similar recently. I'm not sure what the difference may be, but I haven't really had time to compare them yet. And the other one I'm going to do, and I mentioned on the Facebook page as well, that I would be doing a Christmas one, because it looks pretty simple, and I think it can move pretty fast. So the colors I've chosen for the Christmas one, because I like the old-fashioned or Victorian or whatever it's called colors. I like the bright red and green, but I really like the old-fashioned colors as well. So this is the colors my Christmas one will be. And again, I'm going to go with 4 skeins. Her pattern calls for 3 skeins of each, but I'm going with 4. If 3 is long enough when I get to that point, I may just use the others and make some kind of border for it. Although I don't know how you would border a ripple, but I would find out. So anyway, can't really see the burgundy much. It's getting dark here, but I'll try to show them individual. But look at those colors together. Yeah, it's not looking too good. Okay, this burgundy is called, and again, it's just yarn, worsted weight by Premier, that is at the Dollar Tree. And this color is Deep Wine, and you really can't tell at all. There's fuzz there of some sort. And then I'm going with another deep green that is called Pine Green. Me and Mama have hit a bunch of Dollar Trees trying to find the same yarn, because I came to wanting to do the pattern and found out I was short 1 goldenrod and 1 pecan. 40 more skeins later, I found it. Anyway, it's Pine Green. And then I'm going to do a lighter green that is called Meadow. Yes, Meadow. And then I'm going to use an off-white that is called Cream. But anyway, I've got my bags together, and that's another good thing about, even though I have 185 project bags all over the house, I think this calls for a J hook, maybe an I. But I also bought me a new Clover Moore J, because I find that my HIs and J's are the ones I'm using the most. I wish we could get K and above in the aluminum head, but so there's again a project that holds 16 skeins. So that's kind of acquisition and upcoming. I didn't finish showing you the. I will put links for all these patterns and cowls below, and any one I've mentioned in here in case y'all want to go visit them. Let's see. So acquisitions. I did not finish showing y'all what I got from the rest of the Florida trip. I only had 2 more stops, and one of them was Walmart. But I had not seen this color before, so these are acquisitions. I had not seen this color of Mandala Ombre called Chi. I'm pretty sure it's called Chi because if it was Chai, it would have an A in it, right? And it's a purple, and colors are blowing out really bad. But C-H-I, Chi. Not going to show. And if it focuses on it, it's not going to focus back on me. So anyway, and of course it's Mandala Ombre. It's number 3. Well, this says it's number 4. 150 grams, 344 yards. Number 4, and I'm pretty sure it's 100% acrylic. Yep. So I got 4 of these because you just can't, I don't know. I have reasoning behind everything I do, even though it's outrageous. And then the other thing I got at Walmart, and this was in, while we were in Florida also. Where do we go? I think this was back up close to Destin or Panama City because there were no Walmarts back the other direction. This is the stuff that I got for the spinners, and it's called Tsunami 45-pound wire leader, and these are 12 inches, and there's 10 a pack. Come on. Anyway, so that's what it is. Ugh. Silly camera. So I got that at Walmart. And then the other place I stopped, the last place I stopped on the way home from Florida, because I didn't want to go through Atlanta. I mean, I didn't want to stop in Atlanta. There were several shops listed in Atlanta, but I'll have to make that another time. I stopped at a cute little place in Macon, Georgia called Farmhouse Fibers. We'll list their information below as well. And it was very nice. It was like a little, I posted a picture on Facebook and Instagram. Cute little farmhouse, like it says, behind another big old house. With a huge wraparound porch and everything. It was in the middle of a town, in the middle of a city, but it was old-fashioned like. So what I got there, and again, it was just so hard to. Here's their card, Farmhouse Fibers. Come on. Focus on something today, please. Just something, anything. What's causing that to happen? Anyway, I'll list their information below, and they are on Forest Hill Road in Macon, Georgia. They do have an online shop, so go visit them. And I couldn't find at all what I wanted. Or, I mean, I found too much that I wanted. But what I ended up with was this Nifty Cotton by Cascade. Specs. I need some tea. Hang on. Drinking my 88 Del Junior cup. And I'm drinking Perfectly Pear white tea by, what's the name of that one that Granny D drinks? Well, they've got all the berry flavors. Perfectly Pear white tea. Anyway, it's really good. I didn't know white tea had caffeine in it though. Okay, this is Nifty Cotton, 100% cotton by Cascade Yarns. Each made in Brazil. Each one's 100 grams, 185 yards. Recommends a US 7, so that's going to be a G, although I'd probably use an H on it. I got these just to make some dishcloths because she had dishcloths or bath cloths, either one sitting there, made in these beautiful colors. And I just thought it was so pretty. And this is a coral color. I'm trying to find the real color of it. I think it's covered up. I think it's just color numbers. Farmhouse Fiber. Okay. So this one's kind of a cream color. Or a soft, really soft peach. This one's kind of a coral or a deep peach. And then a beigey tan. So those colors are so pretty together. So I was going to make some washcloths with them or something. It was really, really soft. Ooh, yeah. So I guess those will be in some upcoming. But this was Farmhouse Fibers in Macon, Georgia, and that was the end of the Florida trip. I do have quite a bit to show you from the yarn skip. Oh my goodness. And then I won prizes from a couple of them. And then I'm waiting to get online to see who won the grand prizes. Oh my gosh, all this mess around me. So I believe that probably covers it. I have quite a few Darn Good Yarns and Mary Maxims that I have not shared with y'all yet. But I may do like a Darn Good Yarn marathon or a huge video and just show you several months in a row, although I'm sure you've seen them from other people. And I'm sorry, gotta wet the whistle again. It's that time of the year. Quite a few things from the yarn skip that are just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it was hard to make up my mind there too. I won a couple of things from a couple of the places, and it was great again, as usual. We did not have the Deep South yarn hop this year, but it did change hands or hosts and all that stuff, and now it's called Yarn Skip. There were no Tennessee shops in there this time. So I did hit them all. I did get to go to them all, and I went to one of them 3 times. And 2 of the others 2 times. So, yeah, there you go. And there's actually a yarn shop here in Birmingham that I didn't know about. So I may have to go visit them again as well. I guess that's all for now. I will probably try to do some. I have months and months of T-Doddle's mini maker club package I've never even opened. I've got Mary Maxim and Darn Good Yarn I need to do. So I'll try to do all of those like each. I don't want to run over the others by, showing all of them at the same time. So I'd like to do it all in individual videos if y'all would like. And then I guess that'll be all for now. And I will hopefully see y'all soon. I do need some kind of information on this whole monetization thing. I got a code. I got my code from AdSense, but then I try to get into where I set it up for the monetization, and it says I need an account to do that with. But then when I sign up, they tell me I already have an account, and it's just been going back and forth like this. I don't know how in the world to get my monetization started. It doesn't seem like it should be this difficult, but if anybody has any advice there, please let me know as well. Continued prayers for my brother-in-law, Rob, my #1 fan. Hey, Rob. Hope you're healing well, and who had surgery on his shoulder this past week, and prayers for him as he heals. And I hope to see you all again soon. Don't forget to watch Hoss at Off Kilter Homestead for the grand prize on Wednesday, October 20th. And then I'll catch you up on everything next time. Love y'all. Have a good week. Bye.